We had a little bit of a late start to the day, but things definitely picked up. Unexpectedly, Lasha went heavy. Really didn't think he was going to do this. He worked up to 210 kilos. And again, I don't think he was as happy as he would have liked with it. Kind of like with the 215. He said something at the bottom of the hole. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I think he'd be given the lift, but it wasn't the most, it wasn't the most convincing lift we've ever seen from him. We actually weren't filming him. We had no idea, and then suddenly we saw 200 kilos loaded, so we just came over and hit the 200 and the 210. He then worked up to 240 kilos in the clean and jerk. So like, I imagine it's enough to win this competition, but I'm really still hoping that we see him pushed by Lalian. He's just wrapping up some squats behind us now. Whilst he was lifting at the same time just over there, we had the Ukrainians in, and they also look good. We had the three women. One of them got the gold medal at the World Champs last year when Eileen bombed out. Iryna Dekha, yes, okay, I remember now, 113, 135 she did. But then also Iryna Dekha, multiple time European champion, world medalist. She's in the best shape of her life. We just filmed her going up to 135 kilos in a clean and jerk, and it genuinely it didn't look like she'd be coming out for that for even an opener. Bear in mind, up until the European Championships this year, she'd never even clean and jerk more than that. Her best clean and jerk was 137, and that 135 looked easy. And she's put in a 270 entry total in the 81s, which is heavier than Wang Zhuyu. Now, I'm not saying that she's going to beat Wang Zhuyu. Wang Zhuyu is an Olympic champion. She snatches like 126, clean and jerks into the mid-50s. But even so, Iryna Dekha clearly in good shape. So these next, in fact, every women's category from now on is going to be amazing. I think just after you watch this, we're going to be seeing the women's 76s. We've got Matthew, we've got Sarah Ahmed. But yeah, these sessions are going to be amazing on the women's side. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen now. We assume the big Uzbeks are going to come in soon because they've not done a heavy session yet. They're going to have to at some point. But in a couple of hours, I'm going to have to head over because we've got the men's 96s and the women's 71s. I expect we're going to see 2 world records, Lesman and Toma. But by the time you're watching this, you'll really know if that was true. So, okay, so we brought Karlos a new belt, and obviously he likes our straps. But the issue is he's looking thicker than he was last time, so I'm a little bit concerned that the belt is actually not going to get around his waist. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Belt.
Oh, very thank you.
Yeah, and then straps.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Nice one. Hopefully it fits. Okay, nobody could have expected what just happened. If you want to talk about going Bulgarian, we just saw going Bulgarian. The very next day, Karlos Nasar hit that world record clean and jerk. Then he came in today, we saw him. I went over and I said to him, what are you going to do? And he said power clean, some pulls, some squats. Yeah, and I kind of thought, he's not going to go too heavy. And he started power cleaning up. I asked him on his way up, what's your best power clean? He said 200. And next thing you know, he was at 200 kilos. And also the fact that he whipped out the weightlifting house belt, hit the 200 kilo power clean with the belt on was very cool. And it looked good, and it's kind of a flex, I feel, on everybody else who was competing yesterday. So many athletes hit 200 or between 200 and 210. To come in the next day and do that, I'm sure most of the athletes, fair enough, they are older, but they probably feel like they got hit by a car today. And then he's just so young, he just doesn't care. Then he built up in the clean pull, and again he wore the weightlifting house straps, which we know he likes because he's worn them for over a year now. But still, kind of cool to see all the products that we worked so hard on. Seeing them around here in so many different places is just epic. So he worked up to 250 kilos in the clean pull for a double. Then in the snatch pull, he started working up. And he did both. High pulls at like 170, 180, and then just all the way up to 220 kilos, I think it was. And then he did some back squats. And again, really grateful. He put on the weightlifting house belt, which he really likes, which is kind of cool. And he worked up heavy. And I said to him again, I was like, what is your best back squat? And he said 280. Next thing I know, 280 kilos is on the bar. He's got the new weightlifting house leather belt on, and he smokes it. And to do that the next day, unbelievable. And then he did the most Bulgarian thing ever. He loaded 300, and he couldn't even fit it on the bar. He had to readjust the plates. And honestly, when he loaded the 300, I think we all looked around. We were like, all right, you can only be so amazing before you get stopped. And he got stopped there at 300 kilos. He just couldn't get under there. But still, very cool session to see from him. Then at the same time, we had Ine and Marit, who were just lifting together here, and they were doing duo clean and jerks. They were both doing it, lifting on the same bar.
1, 2, 3. Good. Control. 1, 2, 3.
In fact, I'm going to ask them how often they practice it. Do you practice that often?
No.
Have you ever done it together before?
Yes.
1 year ago.
1 year ago?
Last year, one time a year.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
probably last year.
what was the best that you did before?
Maybe 185 or one. I think it's 175. But
And today you did it with 185? You had
did
the-
185. Yeah. It's the first time we've been 200. It's just kind of been like a goal to do, so we still have to do it.
Okay, well next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited to do it. Okay, cool. So 185 kilos, the clean and jerk between them. The world record, I guess, is like 140 from Kwotung Chun, so 50 kilo, 45 kilo world record, not bad. They cleaned 200 kilos like 2 times. So very, very fun session. We've now got the men's 96s, so I'm gonna go get ready for that because you know it's your boy Lesman Paredes coming in hot with the snatch world record, hopefully. And then we've got the women's 71s. Today is like maybe the most exciting day of the championship so far. So anyway, that's it from here. I hope you've enjoyed it because it's been a real. Make sure you like and subscribe, by the way, because we put in so much work into this. It would mean the world to us if we could start getting closer to that 100,000 mark on YouTube. That'd be very cool. All right, cheers guys.
한 번에 둘, 셋. 짧게.